This was supposed to be our forever home. A fresh start for me, my wife Naina, and our 10-year-old son, Vivaan. The old house had character creaky wooden floors, a long hallway, and the scent of aged wood. It felt perfect, but from the moment we walked in, Naina felt Italiano, a cold spot that never seemed to warm up. A feeling of being watched. I told her it was just the house settling, new home jitters. Primera, Hawaii is wrong. It all started with the door at the end of the hall. It was old, made of dark, heavy wood, with a tarnished brass handle. Deep, angry scratches marred its surface, as if something had desperately tried to claw its way out. The door was locked, sealed shut. No key, no way to open it. I felt Daisy and I was unpacking boxers when Vivaan came running to me, his face pale. "Dad," he whispered. "That door, it knows my name." I knelt down, trying to comfort him. "What do you mean, buddy?" He looked over my shoulder, his eyes wide with fear. It whispered, it said. "Vivaan." I walked him back to the door, listening. Silence. I laughed it off as his imagination running wild. But that night, as I passed the hallway, I heard it too. A faint, dry whisper that sounded like dead leaves rustling. Arvind. It was my name. My blood ran cold. The sound came from the door, even though it was sealed tight. The nights grew worse. The house became an orchestra of strange noises. Faint knocks echoed from the walls. The old wiring made the lights flicker at odd hours, and the temperature would plummet without reason. Naina started having terrible nightmares. She'd wake up screaming, talking about a woman with pale, cracked skin and white eyes, standing just behind the locked door, watching her. One morning, she showed me angry red scratches on her arm that she couldn't explain. Meanwhile, Vivaan stopped playing. He spent hours in his room, drawing. He drew the same thing over and over. Our house, our hallway, and a tall, thin woman with tangled black hair and empty eyes standing behind that door. He had never seen her, yet he drew her perfectly. My logical mind was fraying. I needed answers. Rummaging through the dusty attic, I found a decaying wooden chest. Inside was a leather-bound diary and a stack of faded photographs. The diary belonged to a woman who lived here decades ago. Her name was Anjali. She wrote about loneliness, about a deep sadness that filled the house. She mentioned a room she had to seal, a place of immense sorrow. The last entry was chilling. He locked me in. He said the world shouldn't see my grief, but I will not be silenced. This house will remember my name. This door will hold my voice. I flipped through the photos. There she was, the woman from Vivaan's drawings. The woman from Naina's nightmares. Her eyes, even in the old black and white photo, seemed hollow. The whispers grew louder, more demanding. They weren't just names anymore. The door started to taunt me, whispering my deepest fears. "You can't protect them, Arvind," it hissed in the dead of night. "You will fail them, just like he failed me." I saw the doorknob slowly, impossibly, begin to turn on its own. The wood would tremble, a low, guttural groan coming from deep within it. We were prisoners in our own home, terrorized by a voice in a memory trapped behind a single door. One evening, as we sat together in the living room, a loud crack echoed from the hallway. We froze. The locked door, which hadn't moved an inch for decades, was now slightly ajar. A sliver of pure darkness was visible. A cold, foul-smelling air crept out from the gap. And from the darkness, we heard it. Not a whisper, but the sound of a dry, rattling breath. I grabbed a heavy iron poker from the fireplace, my hand shaking. "Naina, get Vivaan, and go," I yelled. But we were all frozen, staring at the widening crack. A pale, long-fingered hand, with dirt under its broken nails, reached out and gripped the edge of the door. Then, we saw her face, cracked skin, tangled hair, and two completely white eyes. that stared into nothing and everything. The door didn't just open. It burst off its hinges with a deafening, splintering sound. The spirit of Angeli lunged into the hallway, her movements jerky and unnatural, her silent scream echoing in our minds. I shoved Naina and Vivaan behind me. Swinging the poker, the entity moved faster than anything human, a blur of white and black. It wasn't trying to hurt us, it was trying to get past us, to escape the house that had been its prison. We scrambled for the front door, terror fueling our limbs. As I fumbled with the lock, I glanced back. The spirit had stopped in the middle of the living room, her head tilted, her white eyes fixed on us. We burst out into the night, gasping for air, not stopping until we were half a block away, looking back at our dream home, now a monument to our worst nightmare. We never went back, but sometimes, when the wind blows just right, I swear I can hear a faint whisper carried on the breeze. A new family lives there now. They say it's a lovely house, except for one peculiar thing. There's a door at the end of the hall that sometimes whispers their names. If you felt the whisper behind your own door tonight, subscribe Kala Rahasya. More nightmares are waiting.